This is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Glad on C programming. In this video tutorial we're gonna see function like macros. So in the last tutorial we have used a preprocessor directive hash define, and we defined a macro template and a macro definition. So whenever our macro template or macro name was encountered in our program or the source code, the preprocessor replaced that macro name or macro template with the macro definition. So that macro name or that macro template can also have some arguments. In this tutorial we're gonna write a macro which takes an argument number. It's gonna check whether that number is greater than 10. If it is so, then it's gonna print okay, the number is greater than 10. Else it's gonna print okay, the number is less than 10. So another thing I want to tell you is, when we define a macro, we are not ending that macro definition with a semicolon. Okay, now let's get started. So first we're gonna use this hash define preprocessor directive. Then the name of our macro is gonna be check, and it's gonna take a parameter, so we call it as number. Then again, and now for the macro definition we're gonna use if statement. Another thing I want to teach you is, if your macro definition is going to be more than one line, then you can add a backslash here, then continue to write the macro definition in the next line. So here first we are writing a if condition in one line, then we are adding a backslash, then in the next line we are continuing with that macro definition. Okay, first in this if statement, if the number is greater than or equal to 10, then here we're gonna use a printf statement, and we're gonna say the number is greater than 10. Then since we want to put this closing curly brace in the next line, we're gonna add a backslash here. Then here in the next line we're gonna write else, then a backslash, then in the next line we're gonna write another printf statement. It's gonna be printf, and we're gonna say the number is less than 10. So you may notice that this printf statement we are adding a semicolon here, and that's because this printf is a statement, so it should end with a semicolon. So here this macro definition is whole thing, this is the macro definition, that's why we're not ending it with a semicolon here. So now we're gonna call this check macro. It's gonna be check, and as a parameter we have to pass a number. So this time we're gonna pass a number which is greater than 10, let's say 25. So now what our preprocessor is gonna do is, it's gonna replace this check macro template or macro name with this value. Let me comment it out and what it's gonna replace with. So here this number is replaced with the value passed. It's gonna be 25, and then the same statement as we specified here. Okay, let's save it, compile it and run it. So as you can see here, we got the number is greater than 10. Now we're gonna close it and pass another number, let's say 6, which is less than 10. Save it, compile it and run it. So as you can see here, the number is less than 10. That's because this number 6 is not greater than or equal to 10, and this else part is executed. So we can see that this whole macro definition is similar to a function. We can call it as a function like macro. So this is it. This is about the function like macros in C. In the next tutorial we're gonna see some more information. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorial.